Hello everyone, this is Nimish and today we're gonna do the review of the Malayalam film Kali, which stars Dulquer Salmaan and Sai Pallavi along with a bunch of supporting actors and is apparently the second highest grossing Malayalam film. Most recently, I think Kasaba, Mammootty's film, overtook the collection of Kali. Well, let's get into the analysis of this movie. So the first half, for the most part of it, is basically building up Dulquer Salman's character about his rage, his anger, uh, his short-tempered nature, how he gets angry with silliest of things like putting his hand in a jar and it doesn't come out, to very aggressive things like fighting in the college. So he's a very angry person, and the first half just builds up on that and his relationship with his girlfriend, who then becomes his wife, Sai Pallavi. By the time we reach the intermission, we are stuck on the road where there is a small kind of confrontation with a truck driver, and that's that for the first half. So the first half, to get into the details of it, is something different, something well written, something enjoyable, entertaining, something light-hearted, very funny at parts, especially the scenes where he's trying to do the yoga. That was extremely hilarious. And it has, when I watched Charlie, when in my review of Charlie, I said that the thief in Charlie was very funny, and that was my first Malayalam movie, so I didn't know all the supporting cast of the Malayalam film industry. But Sobin Shahir is his name, and he, I think, is extremely funny. His comic timing is ab- above the roof. I mean, he is just too good. Just too good. He just cracks me up like crazy. So he's a brilliant actor, and watching a lot of Malayalam trailers and a bunch of movies, I've come to know that he is an important comedic character in all Malayalam films. So his acting, his performance was absolutely fantastic. Now moving on to the second half. They are stuck in a hotel because they can't pay. We have seen the reasons why he can't pay, which is a good connection, a connection through the movie, which makes every scene relevant. So they can't pay and they are stranded, and this leads to a fight with the gangsters and various really brutal incidents happening with them. And at the end of it, they are safe. They reach the hotel. Okay, the first thing that I didn't like is that they are leaving at that time of the night to go on a night long journey by road through the forests is completely questionable. Now, some of you will say to avoid the traffic, but that is just an assumption or some kind of an explanation. It's not like they're going on an 800-kilometer journey. It's right there. They're just going quickly, and they should not have left at night in the first place, because who leaves at night? I mean, you leave way early in the morning at 3:34, but you just don't leave at night and go on a drive somewhere to reach somewhere. Now, some of you may say that she left the house, so that's why they had to just, it was a spontaneous thing. But let me clarify that it was not a spontaneous thing, because her parents called just to check if they've already left and that they should leave early. So this does not match with what she said in the party, that we have to leave early tomorrow morning, so let's eat and go home. So a little mismatch over there, or maybe the subtitles weren't perfect, so that's fine. Anyway, they left for what I don't know at night, but they left and they are in trouble now. As he clearly says in the movie, just after they finish the city and they move on, she feels hungry. How very conveniently. But okay, she feels hungry. She can feel hungry anytime. They reach a hotel. They reach a dhaba, and it's filthy. It's disgusting. Twice or thrice they keep asking each other, should they leave? When one asks, the other says, no, no, it's fine. When the other asks, the other one says, no, no, it's fine. So okay, they don't leave. That's the point. Okay, they had many chances to leave, but they don't leave, which is cool. Then they order food, which is fine. They eat it. There's that annoying truck driver who's following them and who's staring at the girl and just trying to create some kind of a trouble. But there is no trouble, to be very honest, until this point. Now, here is when the first inch of trouble starts, and this particular scene, these particular two scenes actually are not, I think, should have been written better. First of all, it's the middle of the night in a place where there is no proper food, one or two dishes available, and you order pineapple juice, fresh pineapple juice in a dhaba in the middle of the night when the only food available is paratha and curry, and the only reason you stopped is to quickly have a bite and move on. I see absolutely no reason for pineapple juice. Maybe if it was sugarcane juice, to some extent I could have understood. If it was coconut water, to some extent I could have understood. But pineapple juice in the middle of nowhere is ridiculous. I mean, you just have a cola, you just have some water and leave. Why were you? What are you thinking? If you don't want, if you want to be healthy or something, just have water and leave. There's no need to even think of having pineapple juice at a dhaba like that. So another amazing thing is that they don't have anything to eat, but they have so many fruits to make, fresh juices. But that's just me exaggerating. But yeah, I didn't really like the idea of ordering pineapple juice at the dhaba at all. And this is on a lighter note. I'm not heavily criticizing the movie. These are just very small observations that I'm making about the movie. Then, when you order the pineapple juice, you get it. One glass has a fly in it. Now, how many of us have seen flies in the drinks all the time, right? Like in India, every time, anywhere, a fly can drop, a mosquito can drop, an ant can drop into your drink or sit on your glass. What are you going to do about it, right? You either pick it up and throw it like he did in the movie, or you don't drink it at all and just be grossed out and keep it aside. Or you order for another one and tell them, change it or something like that. If you ask them to change it, most likely they're definitely just going to scoop it up with a spoon and throw it or give you a new one. But whatever be the case, okay, there was too much focus on that fly element uh, to have an entire scene dedicated to pineapple juice and fly. It could have at least been a coke and a fly or something to make it a little better. Anyway, next is the fact that he does not want to pay, I don't know, 80 bucks or what is he? I think he asked for a discount of 80, or he asked them to make the bill 80 after deduction, whatever it is. He is saying a well-educated man, a person who's working in the bank is in the middle of a dhaba with goons look people there, with goons like people there with like gundas, and he is trying to reason with them in the middle of the night to reduce the cost of a drink which he ordered and asked to change just because he didn't want to drink it because he felt gross. There was 0 points for that scene and that writing. That was ridiculous. That is why the fight started. That is why the argument started. That is why a lot of things started. And that is ridiculous. If you order something, if we have all gone out, right? We go out with our friends, we go out with our family, we order something. We don't eat half the food, or we don't eat a couple of rotis, or we don't eat a, an open coke or something, or we just have a sip and we. What are you gonna do? You can't just keep asking the hotel that, I didn't finish this, so just take it away from my bill. What you ordered, you pay for. It's a simple rule. I have no idea why that scene had to be written. The fights could have been something else. The argument could have been about something else. A lot of it added up to this point where the girl who doesn't know how to drive has to drive 2 kilometers to the ATM and come back, and he has to wait at the dhaba where he eventually gets into a fight. She nearly escapes a dangerous situation and comes back with the police, and then, as we have been shown, the original owner of the hotel comes and takes over, and he is caught, and then because the police thinks that he stabbed him, and then he is let go. So then the last scene, which really took the cake for me, because by this time I was waiting for the movie to end, and then there was another really ridiculous scene. So they want to give the truck driver a beating in the end scene, and they stop the car. So is it worth the risk of stopping after you've just gone through an almost near death experience and an almost near jailed experience? You still want to go and get into fights rather than just go reach your destination and sleep peacefully? Keeping logic out of it, because some of you may say it's a commercial entertainer, just relax and enjoy the movie. I am enjoying the movie, except that the guy, he's standing with the rod, he bends down, he picks up the rod, waiting for Dulquer Salmaan to come close so he can hit him. But till the scene ends, he just stands with the rod. And when Dulquer comes running from a mile, he is still standing. And he's coming, and he is still standing. His hand doesn't even come here. In fact, he directly goes like this. If you guys haven't watched that scene properly, I think you should. And he just goes like this. He's a big guy. If Dulquer Salmaan comes running all the way from there and jumps in the air to give you a punch, all you have to do is slip that rod through him. You're a big, powerful guy waiting with a rod. What are you covering yourself for? You know? And the scene ends there. The movie ends there. So that was a terrible ending, according to me. That should not have been there to at least save the movie some grace. It just, some of you now might say that this movie is a commercial entertainer. All you have to do is go in the theater, watch it, enjoy it, come out, and go to sleep. And I would agree with you. If you look at a film that way, then yes, I agree. It is entertaining. It is what it is. You forget it, you watch it, you forget it, you come home, you sleep, over. But for the more curious minds like me, I can't even watch a movie properly if it's not going smoothly, if there are too many loopholes. So, if this may be the highest grossing movie in the Malayalam film industry, but I am 1001% sure there are tons of better movies because I have watched a couple of them. I have watched a brilliant movie called Mumbai Police, and I have watched another even more brilliant Academy Award level movie called Paleri Manikyam, which I will also review. So, and I have also watched Dulquer Salmaan's Charlie. So this is nothing against, and I have the review on my channel. So this is nothing against any particular actor or industry or anything. It's just what I felt about the movie. Again, the points that I said are very small things that actually make a big impact on some viewers. So another thing, the movie is called Kali or Rage. That is related to the temper problem which Dulquer Salmaan has. So another thing that I like to say is that for the first half they build up the rage, right? They build up the anger, and I thought that the anger should have played a more important part in the fight or the trouble that they land up in. It should have played a more significant, meaningful, relevant part in why they fall into trouble. Because I don't think that it was completely his fault that they fell in trouble because they were goons. It was shown in the first opening scene of the movie that they were a bunch of goons who have taken over the restaurant. So they are always looking for trouble. And in fact, Dulquer and Sai Pallavi, they were walking away to go to the ATM when they came for trouble. So it wasn't his fault that they fell in trouble entirely. And so I feel that because the movie is called Rage and it's all about his rage for the first half till the point that they almost fight with the truck driver, it should have been more about how, because of his rage, they fall into trouble rather than just falling into trouble and then he loses his rage. So that's a situation if you anyone would react to in that way. It's not only a person with rage that would react to that situation is my point, what I'm trying to make. So that's that. The acting front, everyone was very natural. Like, once again, the acting in Malayalam films is fantastic. As I mentioned, I keep forgetting their names, but Sobin Shahir was an amazing in his comic role, and Chemban Vinod Jose was amazing and outstanding in his psycho truck driver role. I think that if Raman Raghav or any psycho killer movie is made in Malayalam, they should definitely cast Chemban Vinod because it is unrecognizable when he was acting and doing all those uh, ticks, you call it. It was doing all those things. He was so simple and so heartwarming in Charlie, his performance. But over here, he's menacing, he's dangerous. You literally just don't want to go close to that creepy guy, man. So, overall, it was a fine movie. Nothing outstanding or extraordinary. I would say I was definitely more impressed by some other Malayalam movies that I have watched, and I'm sure I will be by a lot of other movies that you guys recommend to me. I hope you like this review of Kali. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and let me know what you guys think of the movie. Thanks for watching. Take care.